Opus 4.8 blew our minds, but Claude Fable 5 is out of this world. Claude just did a very big made a very big announcement this morning. Claude just made a very big announcement this morning. They have released Claude Fable 5. Claude Fable 5 is their state of the art model. You get it? Opus 4.8 blew our minds, but Claude Fable 5 is out of this world. It was so good. It was such a dangerous model that the AI authority, that the US authority have to ban it for countries, not non-US countries. So sorry, non-US citizens, they had to ban it, and Claude had to disable it for everyone. But now they have released it back into the space, and it's amazing. And so, guys, I want to just walk you through this Claude Fable 5 and see how well it has, what it can do, and how you can start using it already. So, first thing first, you need to actually have Claude Desktop or Claude installed in your machine, and just simply go to google.com and look for Claude. And so initially, Claude, let me show you the Claude here. Oh, I don't think I should be doing it like this. So Claude Fable 5 is back. Claude Fable 5 is back. Our newest model tackles your biggest challenges with fewer checks in needed. So this is the Claude. So you when you have your Claude installed on your system, like you have Claude installed on your laptop, all you just need to do is to try Claude Fable 5. So let's try Fable 5. So when you are running your machine on Claude, this is where you change the model. Look at it here. This is where you change the model. This is the toughest model. This is 4.8. I use 4.8. I use Sonnet. I think I use Sonnet for most of my work. I use Sonnet. Sometimes I use Sonnet medium. I use Sonnet even Sonnet low. You get it in low sometimes for my coding tasks. I use Sonnet low, which helps me to not burn too much of credits. Yes, that's what I use for most of my coding job. You can see some of them here. But if you want to try Claude 5.0, this just came up now. You can do amazing things with this. Like, tell me what you can do. So tell me, you can say, tell me what Claude Fable 5 can do for me. Can do that other model cannot. Let's see this. Bam. I just want to show you what this thing can do. So that's amazing. And you see, let's pull the details from Anthropic announcement. So I give you accurate information. First of all, it's pulling details from the internet. Announcement means it's pulling live data from the internet right now. And now see its response. Good question. You are actually talking to Claude Fable 5 right now. Yes, what set it apart from other model? It's a Mythos class. What I was reading just now, if you didn't see what I was reading, sorry. So these are the new announcements. Tell me what Claude Fable 5 can do, because right now I'm using Claude. If you want to use Claude in your charts, come to this button and change it to Claude. You can find other model like Opus, Sonnet, Haiku. I use Sonnet most of the time for my coding to just save my, yeah. But Claude is the latest version released this month of July 7th of this month July 7th, 7th month July. So I asked him, tell me what you can do, and he said, let me pull the latest details from Anthropic announcement, so I give you accurate information. So it can pull live data from the internet, and one, this model is available, generally available. It's a Mythos class model. Initially, we know that Mythos was banned by the U.S. government. Yes, the US government actually took it down, Claude Fable 5, and it's a sibling of Mythos 5. So it was temporarily taken offline after the US government issued an emergency export control directive citing national security concerns. You see, and then they also restricted it for every foreign nationals. It was restricted. So then that was it. So the primary details behind the event and its resolution include the stated concern. The government officials believe they found a jailbreak method capable of bypassing the model's safety classification to assess cybersecurity or biological data. So this model initially had like a bug or something, or way that people can break that there'll be it has a feature that can break into cybersecurity defenses and even get data from people, and so they had to work on that. That's why it was taken down. Then Anthropic response, although Anthropic disagreed with assessments that that's not true, that no, they just want to turn them down, but there was a misunderstanding somewhere and other things. So the resolution is that following discussion with the administration, the U.S. Commerce Department lifted the restriction. Anthropic announced that access to Fable 5 would be fully restored for customers. As you can see, would now, as we can talk, Anthropic 5 is live right now. It's live right now. It's live right now. As you can see, I'm running Anthropic 5 right now in my machine. I just come to this sidebar and switch your model to Fable 5. So side note, Fable 5 is the most capable model and draws down usage much faster than Opus. So it draws down your credit usage much faster than Opus. So these are the things that I said it can do. I've said it can also have a long running, or it can do long marathon. It can do a marathon walk. It can long running autonomous walk. So this is probably the this is this is so let me go back to it. Long running autonomous work. This is probably the biggest practical difference. So the model works for days at a time in an agent harness like Claude Code. So in an agent harness like Claude Code, Claude Code is the agentic coding feature of Claude. So you can use that on your VS Code, like when I have VS Code, you can use that. So Claude Code, you can give it a task. Let me say, it can plan its approach, check progress against the goal. So you can give it a goal, it can plan its approach, check progress against the goal, that is feedback into itself, check progress against the goal, and refine its work as it goes. So it can self-refine itself, self-refine. You don't need to. Usually, when I build my project with Opus 4.8 or Opus, I usually have to go back, check the stuff, do editing, go back again, check. So I've been doing for a week now. I've been building a project so far so good on this system. Yes, I've been in a project with Claude so far assisting me. Let me just show you quickly the project. This is my project. Sorry. Let's go to the project. Yeah. So if let me quickly show you the project. So this whole thing I've been building so far, this my app, I've been building this app. You see this app right now. This is a very very app. If you follow this channel, follow me on this channel. I'm going to maybe do a recap of how I built this channel, this web app, using the assistance of Claude. It took me uh over 7 days to bring this thing to life. 7 days, but I was able to do what it would take normally a full team of developers months to do, to design. But Claude make it so easy. So this is a patient, this is an EMRO for a eye clinic, and it has different features like patients, appointments, registered patients, and even leads. So it has a booking form that shows up when the leads sign up. It shows up here. And you can add new patients. You can see it's live right now. Patients data, their name, their bio, and everything. I mean, this is amazing. This whole thing, I built it from scratch, and I use Claude to build this thing. Yes, you need to have an idea of how to, understand data, understand database. You need to understand not just the hardware. You need to just have a little idea of how to use your Visual Studio Code, and have an idea, basic idea of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and flow, so that you can know how to have these things flow. But that thing will take you 24 a day to actually get to know the basics. And so, but now they are telling us that this version is worth more. That is, it can on its own do those back and forth check and check progress against its goals, refine its work as it goes. It handles complex tasks that previous models could not sustain. It handles complex that previous model could not sustain. So it's executing code, executing coding, and knowledge work for extended period of time. So imagine you are building a startup, a software as a service, a SaaS product. You definitely know you are going to it's going to take refinement, go on back and forth, checking and listening, and it will take days. This one can do it autonomously without you intervening on it. So that's why it says executing coding and knowledge work for extended periods without intervention. So in practice, that means you can hand off a big project and review the finished work rather than supervising each step, which was what I was doing for Claude Opus Cloud Opus model and the Sonnet. But this one has a feature of this feature for extended period of time. You can do this. Then there's also advanced vision. Advanced vision. This is the next one. Advanced vision. It understands diagram, charts, and tables nested in files and PDFs. So if you have diagrams, tables like this model I used before, Opus, Sonnet and Opus. When I have a document like a Word document that has multiple data and I want to extract it, it might not understand what is inside, so it may not know how to code this feature to extract it. But this one has advanced vision, whereby it's able to understand diagrams, charts, and tables nested in files and PDFs. So opening up document heavy work in finance. So if you're in the finance sector, you're in finances that you do a lot of Excel sheets, spreadsheets, and all those things. It can do those work, legal documents, analytics, and architecture. So that's benefit of using it. Advanced vision. And in coding, it implements designs. It can implement design. So if you give it a design like a Figma design, it can implement the design with high fidelity and uses vision to critique its own attribute goal. So it uses its own vision to critique itself. Whatever it's building, it will use its own a screenshot of it without you checking it. It screenshot itself and check it again. And this is really an amazing feature for me. Then it also have self verification. The model has self verification. The model updates its own skills based on learnings. As it learns what as time goes on, it learns your what you want to do. It updates its own skills based on its learnings and develop its own harness. It develop its own harnesses and evaluations. It writes its own tests to check its works. Amazing. This is an amazing work. And then in terms of benchmark leads, it's the highest scoring. Get it? In terms of benchmark leads, it's the highest scoring model on Frontier Bench, which is a Cognition's Frontier Coding Eval, the first to break 90% on a Skull Analytics benchmark of complex running tasks. A 10-point jumps over Opus. A 10-point jump over Opus, which was their crazy model they released earlier, I think 2 months ago. This one had a 10-point jump over it, and on a frontier physics research, it got nearly to where GPT 5.5 landed after 4 days. So in just 36 hours, GPT got to that 5.5 got to that level, that frontier physics research level model score in 5 days, but in 4 days rather, but in just 36 hours, using a third of that time, reasonable, and he got there in just 36 hours, and using a third, 1/3 of the reasoning tokens. So he used less token than GPT 5.5 and achieved the same result in less time, in less the time. So this is amazing. So what is one trade-off? So they said that one trade-off worth knowing is that because the model is so capable and queries on some topics. So it queries on some topics like cybersecurity, biology, and chemistry automatically. So its queries on these topics receive a response from Claude Opus 4.8 instead. So because it's so capable, any query on cybersecurity issue or biology and chemistry, that is biological data, all those things, they're so capable that the Claude people made sure that those kind of queries on those subjects are handled by Claude Opus 4.8 instead, not itself. Because if it should handle it, I'm sure it could, it could bring about. We don't know what to say. It could bring about a big disaster for some companies. So through this. So though this affects less than 5% of session on average, so this affects, does nobody need those deep personal details. Nobody need your personal nobody should want your personal details. That's details are not theirs. You get cybersecurity challenge this thing. So we are good. So for your agency work, if you are in agency, for myself, I'm into agencies. Let's just say you are doing GHL, QI level stuff like that. Say for your agency work specifically, the long horizon autonomy is standout. Things like your lead finder app, or a full GHL snapshot build are build are exactly the kind of multi-step project Fable can take further in one go. So also timely, also very timely. Though through July 7th, Fable 5 is included for up to 50% of weekly usage and so on, on Pro Max Team and select enterprise plan. After which its advantage is available via usage credits. So guys, I this is an amazing feature of Claude. I will be releasing more of these. So I've been building on Claude for some time, but I just want to keep my building and have results to show. Like I showed you just now, a project that I built on Claude, like it's amazing projects. So I'll be using testing all these models. I'll test them out and until I will share my findings and values across this in this niche, in this space. I'll be testing 5 over time. So please do well to follow this channel, and really to contribute to the growth of this channel. Subscribe and like it. We're just starting and more to come, and thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye for now.